Hi, Montana. Day 49 of the legislature. This morning in Business and Labor, we heard a bill on farm and construction equipment dealers, and we heard a bill on realty regulations. We also heard a really important bill, House Bill 570, which is aimed at regulating puppy mills. Right now, anyone can breed dogs for commercial sale, and there's really, besides our animal cruelty laws, there's really no regulation. And if a county sheriff receives a complaint and wants to go check on the animals, the breeder can make them go get a search warrant, which is what they do. And so this bill would create a new license, and the license would come from the State Board of Veterinarians. A commercial breeder would be inspected in order to get their license, and they would be inspected every year, and then they would be inspected every time there was a complaint against them. Right now, none of that is in place. It would also help consumers who buy dogs know whether or not they're buying a dog from a licensed breeder or a non-licensed breeder. It only applies to people who have more than 8 breeding females and whose litters are intended for commercial sale. I still just recommend that you go get your dog from a shelter. On the floor session this afternoon, the Republicans and a few Democrats passed Senate Bill 86, which gives a tax break for big oil companies. And I just want you to remember that in a little bit of time here, a couple of weeks, when they also pass a bill that raises your gasoline tax by 8 or 9 cents a gallon. Your milk is going to go up. All of your consumer goods that are shipped by truck are going to go up. You're going to have to pay 8 or 9 cents more for every gallon of gas that you use to get to work or to get to your kids' football or basketball games. And today, the majority gave a tax break to multi-billion-dollar oil companies. We also passed Senate Bill 142, which requires that volunteer fire departments or local governments disclose whether or not the volunteer firefighters have workers' comp coverage or not. We had talked about that bill earlier in Business and Labor. We had 8 bills on the floor. 3 of them were nearly unanimous, and only 1 of them was really close to 50-50. So we're agreeing for the most part on this important work of the state. Other bills covered teledentistry. That's a thing. Beer licenses, auto dealers, and health insurance. So we're getting the work done this afternoon in local government. We heard bills for landlord-tenant laws and for road maintenance for local governments. You know, it's interesting. I use the word interesting a lot. That legislature that is comprised of way more than 50% landlords keeps bringing and passing these bills that are meant to infringe on the rights of a renter and tilt the playing field towards the benefit of the landlord or the property owner. I hope some of you folks who are renters are inspired to run for office or at least speak up on these bills, and I hope that some of them get vetoed. We're starting to see some vetoes come through, and I'll share those messages as we get them. Thanks for paying attention, and have a great night.